Hey guys, Tom from Vintage Thread Gems here. We're going to look today at month 14 in our selling journey, how much money we made, what was our profit, and then we're also going to look at our top 5 sales of the month as well. So stay tuned and enjoy. So in terms of our October, it was our best month to date so far. That is October 2021. We did 10,399 in sales, 183 sales in total, with an average sale price of 57, an average profit of 53. So very nice to see. Again, breaking the 10K mark. We've got a goal to break 3 10K months by August next year, when we are preparing to go, or Lindsay is preparing to go full time, and I will just continue to assist where I can. But some really interesting kind of changes and updates that we made here that seem to have helped us develop and grow this month. Got to get it out of the way first. It is, October. It is holiday shopping time. I think these, from what I understand, tend to be the busiest times of the year in terms of when people are looking to pick stuff up. So I'm going to allow for some artificial inflation of the numbers there. But we also were doing a few things that were kind of helpful to this as well. So eBay has been, something we've only really been seriously looking at the last 2 or 3 months. And what I've tried to do, and I'm probably about almost 2 months in at this stage, is 5 listings every day on eBay that are then copied to Poshmark. So since been doing that, we've seen a really nice spike in eBay sales. eBay actually came up to almost $3,000 in net profit this month, considering the months before we were, down in the hundreds of dollars. So that's been really nice to supplement Poshmark. Poshmark has done great, and then it's sweater season, so Etsy has kind of picked up a little bit of that slack as well. So that kind of those three platforms working together have really kind of pulled us to that $10,000 mark quite nicely. We've also been trying this kind of mixed model approach. So we watch a lot of Daily Refinement and Thrifter Life, who are both eBay sellers, but they're both kind of volume sellers. So I kind of have been trying, or we've been trying to pick up a few more of those volume pieces, which are either men's pieces or brands we weren't as familiar with. So we've been trying to supplement the high ticket sales, or the more high ticket sales of women's vintage and that kind of stuff. We've been trying to supplement them with with those kind of more middle of the pack sales, those more like $30 to $40, quick flip. We're trying to sell them at a decent price, setting 30 as kind of a minimum, and then trying to get rid of them in less than a month or 2 months. So we're using that to kind of try and grow the eBay closet, as well as get this just like stability in sales that means that we don't yo-yo every month. So again, as you can see here by the numbers, Poshmark still, in terms of our total sales, still 43%, eBay 36% and 65 sales, Etsy 40 sales and 22%. And sales patterns, I mean, we had, I think, some of our highest sales days in total. Can I see the total sales day if I hover over this? So some of these days were crazy. We did 9 Posh on the, whatever that is, the 9th. So on the 9th, we did 4 eBay sales, 1 Etsy, so that's 5. And then we did 9 on Poshmark. So we did 14 sales on one day. We did another 14 on the 17th. We had a good old goose egg on the day after that. So that's classic on the way of things go. But we've had a good number of days that were plus 10 sales, which has been awesome to see, and obviously makes the trips to the post office nice as well. We'll be doing a top 5 what sold, so hang tight for that fun animation that took me about 3 hours to build and is horribly amateurish. So that will be coming up, or will have played already. So one thing I wanted to point out while we're on this dashboard that's been really interesting is we were under the impression that Etsy would be our best source of high ticket items, and that eBay and Posh were maybe, Etsy, we feel like there's more of an emotive sell, so people will just spend large amounts of money and they're not so nitty gritty on comparing one price to another. But we're actually kind of getting challenged on that with the data a little bit. So if I click Etsy, right. So if I click Etsy, we can see the average sale price there is 50. Average profit is 38. And again, 1982 in sales, which is great. The funny thing is, I click eBay, average sale price 57, average profit 45, and more sales on there as well. And then Poshmark, top of that pile, average sale price of 61, profit of 43, which is kind of interesting if we compare that to eBay. The slightly lower fees on eBay mean that actually, even with that lower sale price, we can be slightly more profitable on the items. So that's been an interesting thing to pick up on, and long term, I'll see how we develop that as well. But yeah, those are both some interesting things, and it's kind of challenging my headspace on, okay, how much effort goes into listing on Etsy, and is it worth it? Because at this stage, the margins are worse and the sales are less, but equally, I'm not going to turn down, $1,500 in profit each month, considering we don't actually list everything on there. So challenging some assumptions there. And again, just really happy with the overall average sale price of 57 and profit of 43. One caveat to this on the data, haven't yet found a way to factor in promoted listing on eBay because their data export is incredibly frustrating. So I can't get that information as clearly. So I think I imagine the eBay profit margins are maybe more similar to Poshmark once you take into account the promoted listings and that stuff. But interesting nonetheless. So platform trends overall, this is across the entire time that we've been running, selling on Etsy, eBay and Poshmark. So average sale price is slowly ticking up. Profit margin pretty healthy at 74, although again, that historical data maybe doesn't track quite as well. Average profit at 35, so again, we'll take that, but the more recent months, obviously the numbers have been significantly better, so hopefully we can continue that efficiency and just pull those numbers up over time. 13th of the month, people still hate shopping there, for us at least. We're seeing, these are, as a reminder, these are the total number of sales on the day of the month. So regardless of what month it is, all time, on the 13th of any month, we have only ever made 20 sales in the 14 months now of having this data tracked properly. So people seem for us to hate shopping on the 13th, whether they're superstitious or whether it's payday and or waiting for payday, I don't know. But our data tracking over time, we're seeing backloaded months in terms of that's when most of the shopping seems to get done, as well as this, once we pass the start of the month, we seem to be a little inconsistent there, but then there's this fairly consistent high sales patch that kind of runs, from that 7th to the 12th. So I don't really know what's going on there. I'm just going to keep an eye on it and see what happens. One thing I've noticed more, again, I don't know if it's because we've been doing something different, and again, I haven't fully explored, but Sunday is definitely staking its claim to the best day of the week in terms of sales. You can't really at the moment forecast in terms of, I should know that Sunday's good and so do X, Y, and Z differently. It doesn't really work like that for us at the moment because you can't choose what you're going to find and that kind of stuff. Maybe it affects when, and it's something I look into, when you send out offers and that kind of stuff, but we'll have to see on that. But yeah, Sunday still strongest day by far for sales. Thursday through Saturday pretty similar, and then that middle of the week patch is pretty dead. In terms of our forecasting, and again our goals for Lindsay going full time next year, we want to achieve a 10,000 profit a month in order to feel comfortable with that. So we've been working hard on boosting the items in the inventory. Still trying to smooth that process. We can still be better. But at the start of this month, we had about 700 active, and this is real ballpark because like we've got 740 active on Poshmark, but then I've only got 500 on eBay or 400 on eBay because I'm trying to merge the two up. We're trying to catch eBay up, but it just takes a lot of time. So at about 700 items we did a monthly sales, obviously, for that month of 183, average sale price of 57 and 43, which we already know. I'd still say we're about 50 minutes an item. Probably going to record or time myself across the next month at some stage to work out if our time cost estimates are correct. I feel like flat laying photographs are getting a little quicker when I do them in bulk, and minutes to list is actually getting quicker as well, but I'm wondering how our time to source works, and that kind of stuff. So I was playing about some numbers there, but I still think we're at about 15 minutes. So with that numbers for October, that means that the margin, the spreadsheet at least estimates that the margin was 75%, which is pretty nice. Sell through 0.26, so again a good amount of the closet moving. It estimated total sales at 1043, so that was like $32 off. So again, as a model, it seems to be okay. Again, I think that was off because of decimal rounding, so nothing too crazy there. Profit 7869, which I think is pretty close. We actually, to sustain that, I guess we listed over 240 items. So big chunk of time committed. I've been able to commit more of my time to this with the regular listings. So actually, collectively, me and Lindsay probably, by the looks of it, over 40 hours a week, 40 hours a week, 40 hours a month. So still looking at a weekly value of about 15.4 hours in order to do that. And spinning out at an annual salary of 94. So that's pretty decent. I think, there's interesting things here. Shout out to Sarah Stiles. She did a video on breaking down these kind of numbers, and I think there's some things for her to think about in terms of, or things that she raised for me to think about, in terms of, although your profit is 7869, and I do account for other running costs alongside this within that margin, that is your pre-tax profit as well. So, if I'm going like for like on paycheck, that 7869 is not going to come through exactly as that. So probably a little lower in terms of annual salary, but still pretty good, and definitely giving me hope as we move forward. That lines up pretty nicely with our sales forecast. So I was only planning to get an extra 50 listed, so up from 600 to 650, but we seem to have been able to bump that a little quicker. So we're maybe a month ahead of where we're planning to be. Really, really nice to see. And again, with the sale price going up and actually more monthly sales, we're outperforming these forecasted numbers a little bit as well. It's also a pretty exciting month for us because all time means that we've now made over $50,000 in sales. So again, I say officially 14 months in, because I'm kind of counting October to October. We're saying we actually started trying to ramp up in September. So I think, and I'm probably counting wrong here, but September through to October 2021 is, I hope, 13, 14 months, something like that. And I'm not necessarily counting the first couple of months where we were just putting a few items on now and then. So I'm kind of saying 14 months of trying to do this more rigorously. And we're seeing some good returns. So 50,000 in sales in total across that period, 38 in profit. I guess we also this means that we broke our 1,000 sales in total. Poshmark still by far the most profitable platform, purely because we've been selling most consistently and with the most volume on that for a while. I think eBay is going to catch it, and my prediction is that come August next year, I think eBay will either be keeping pace with or exceeding Poshmark. So we will see how that goes. But yeah, that's all looking pretty good. I love this. This eBay slope here is beautiful. This is just for reference. September the 14th, I think it was, started doing 5 listings every day. And so that's gone from doing that for the back end of the month has been a profit of 1,200 on eBay to over doubling that to 2,900. So we'll see if eBay can catch Poshmark. In spot number 5, we have the Vintage Coach crossbody. This fella was pretty banged up, but was a Poshmark sale for $150, which he sold one of these in better condition, I think, for less at some stage in the future, in the past. But again, pictures were nice. Lindsay got to wear her vintage Coogie sweater. She loves vintage sweaters, so maybe that helped sell the bag. Who knows? Yeah, we've sold one of these before in better condition for about the same price, so we felt pretty good at the pickup. Lots of close-up photos of the of any damages and that kind of stuff. And so yeah, that was a great one. Pickup wise, that was sub $10. So profit on that was excellent at what are we going to be, like 95, I guess? No, better than that. 105. My system tells me, which is fantastic. Number 4 is Tweed and eBay, which makes me happy because it was one of my pickups, and Tweed is something that seems to be very much in. This was a kind of hunting tweed style jacket. It was this green kind of overchecked tweed shoulder pads, kind of had this nice hunting feel to it from the UK perspective, at least. Our hunters are all hoity-toity and like that. So that went for $150. The brand, again, putting it up there, was or not the brand, but the cloth was Thry Estates. So tweed comes from, there's lots of different classifications, but this was an estate tweed from Scotland, and a cool cut. So yeah, that one went in a couple of weeks. Pickup price there, I think, was $9 from Goodwill. Went for $150 on eBay. Number 3, you'll recognize if you saw last month's video, Barbar, expensive Spanish eco wool. Again, logo is going to be up there. This was on at $260 on eBay. It was getting a ton of watches. I put an offer out across the weekend of like $220, I think. Let's have a look. Oh no, it went for $248 in total. I mean, I guess that's with shipping and stuff on eBay, but with shipping it came to $248. So someone took that offer and then paid shipping on top of that. And cost of goods, I think that was a $3 pickup from, again, a thrift store. So profit on that one ended up being $213. So eBay, I get 1 point, but Lindsay found it, so she also gets a point there. Number 2, vintage gold file. German bag. I don't care about handbags, but I did care about this handbag. One, because it just looks so cool, but also the bit of history. It photoed ridiculously well with the kind of the sheen on it, and it was in beautiful condition. But it also just said made in West Germany. So then I was just like trying to track down, obviously, Cold War, East Germany, West Germany. You're instantly dating stuff. If it says made in West Germany or something like that, it's going to have to be pre-89 or whatever it is, and probably much further back. But just, yeah, I thought really cool looking piece. Lindsay actually put it on for 75, and I was like, nope, we're going to yank this one right up. Put it on 225. Someone bought it in about 2 weeks. Again, that was I think about a $10 pickup. So that went for $225 sale price. In total, the total sale was $253, profit was $218. Number 1, Golden Goose sneakers. So blew my mind, but Lindsay found these in a Salvation Army. They look ridiculous. They were really beaten up. This brand also apparently scuffs on purpose. And they also said made for skateboarders and not designed for other activities. So I don't know whether they're doing some weird branding, because like the shoes look ridiculous. They put this like wear in the star on purpose, and my brother's a skateboarder, so I was like, oh, those look like skateboard shoes, because he would always wear out that part of the toe where they were kicking the board. But yeah, so they've got that like wear made in the star. I think they were in at 39 in the actual store, and then when Lindsay went to buy them, the guy at the desk, she said that they were 39. She was like, oh, didn't think it was that. And he was like, well, how much do you think they were? And she goes, $9.99. And he goes, ah, that's how much they are. So I guess the advantages of being a female thrifter. And I know there are a lot of disadvantages as well, just before anyone gets upset. But yeah, she got us a nice deal on those. I went and waited outside while she paid up. And yeah, so they went for $275 on Posh. Profit was $210. Cost of goods was $9.99. So just another beauty. Alrighty guys, that's it. I appreciate your time. Questions, feel free to ask them. If this was helpful, if this was not, let me know. If you want to, like, that would be beautiful. If you want to subscribe, please have a think of that, and help me build this thing up. Otherwise, I appreciate your time. Have a beautiful day.